and welcome to our video. Today, we're exploring something deeply personal and meaningful, the spiritual self. This aspect of ourselves connects us something greater, whether that's faith, nature, inner peace, or our purpose in life. We will be sharing a collection of real life stories, practical strategies, and meaningful insights that are deeply rooted in the knowledge and experiences we have gained throughout the duration of this course. Our goal is to explore and reflect on how we can intentionally nurture and care for our spiritual well being in ways that are applicable and realistic in our daily lives. This includes adapting habits, perspectives, and practices that help us connect more deeply with ourselves, with others, with a greater sense of purpose and peace. So first, what exactly is the spiritual self? In our class, we'll learn that the self is not just physical or social. It includes our values, beliefs, and a sense of purpose. According to William James, the spiritual self is the core of who we are. It's what we consider the most valuable. Maslow's hierarchy of needs also brings attention to the important role of spiritual well-being, particularly through the higher levels of self-actualizations and transcendence. These stages reflect a profound spiritual journey where individuals seek meaning, inner peace, and a sense of connection beyond the physical and material aspects of life. In this way, Maslow's theory underscores that spiritual well-being is not just an abstract concept, but a crucial part of our overall human experience and fulfillment. In short, the spiritual self helps us answer these following questions. Why am I here? What do I believe in? And what gives me hope? What does spiritual self mean to you?
Well, para sa ako, ang spiritual self, mura sa danan, tag-encompass niya ang sense of awe, like, sense of wonder, sanan, tag-encompass niya ang religious perspective. Di ba kay, sa spiritual self, diya ito mga lain-lain na kuan spiritual, na kuan na perspective. Andi sana dito ang religious perspective. Well, para sa ako, nabilong ako sa religious perspective, which is amo tong mo connect ka sa higher being or sa what we call God. So, mo bali ang spiritual self na ko is taghon na ako sa through spiritual practices or religious practices such as praying. So, amo tong spiritual self para sa ako.
Thank you.
So, para sa ako, ang spiritual self, marabitag ang essence sa imong ka-spiritualhanon. So, for example, like, pagiging religious, imong kanang spiritual self na mo connect sa isa ka higher entity, kanang higher kaysa sa human. So, this is God. Si Papa Jesus, sila kuan ang imong pagtuo sa ilaha is ang nag-essence of spirituality, and bukod ana is marabitag yung ability to be calm and to be connected to other things dili ra kay sa physical world. That for example, imo mental health, imo siya through meditation. So isa na sa mga example ako idea about sa spiritual self, connecting to other things na diyan sa ato surroundings, dili ra kay ato kaugali.
Thank you. How do you nurture your spiritual self?
No, as I said before, I do nurture my spiritual self through engaging into religious practices. So, since dito man ako nabilang sa religious practices, so in that way, makakuha na ako sa diyan, ma-nurture na ako sa diyan gamit nato ng mga kuan, gamit nato nila mga practices. And also, dili ra sab kun sa religious practices na ako sa diyan ma-nurture, but also sa iban para sa meditation, no? Pag mag-meditate man gud, though outside siya sa religious practices, pero ang meditation makatabang gyud siya pag nurture sa ako kuan spiritual self kay tabangan pag through meditation murag mas matabangan ako makakonect sa nature or sa ako surroundings. So in that way makuan ako, ma-nurture na ako ang spiritual self.
So, in order to nurture your spiritual self, sa ako, like, I go to church every Sunday para dito makuha ako faith kay God, para I feel more connected sa iya ha, para makuha ako mabuhi bitaw ang akong ka-spirituhanon, kay para kanang marag ako fulfilling sa kanang feeling John connected ka kay God. And kanang pagdating po sa ako mental health, ang akong buhaton kay kung kibali stress ako, I calm down through meditation. Magkuhan ako mukalma, then I connect to other things and I connect to God para maya ko way para i-nurture ako spiritual self.
Thank you. How does it affects your mental health?
Well, engaging into those practices such as amo na to sa pamaagi na pag-nurture nato sa ato spiritual self. No, kun if we truly nurture our spiritual self, mas mo lambo ang ato pag-care sa ato mental health, no? Okay. If let's say na mo engage ka sa religious practices such as praying, no? Di ba kay murag mas mais ang imong mga problema kay murag nakuha na nimo murag na pray na nimo kay God na abot imong mga problema, murag diay mo na share ng imong problema. So in that way murag ma-lessen ang burden na imong ginadaya. And also pag mag-meditate ka, di ba kay ang imong focus diyon kay instead na mag-focus ka sa problema, mag-focus ka sa imong surroundings. So that's how meditation works. So if ma-engage ka sa ingat to ng mga practices, so even na mo kuan gadud mas mo lambo ang imo kuan ang imo mental health.
Thank you, Brad.
Okay, so about sa mental health, basta akong ingon, fulfilling sa pakiramdam dyan, connected ka kay God. So, kanang every time na magkalisod ka sa iya ka mo dool and para makuha mo spiritual self, makatabang ang pagiging religious o pagduol kay God sa imong mental health kay murag feeling nimo na kay katabang na ang kuan ka nang nakatataas kaysa sa imong haso. Padating po sa akong gibali ako ra kaugalingon para mokalma ako pero sa akong iyong gaina nga I do meditation kay para mais ang akong lawas pati ang akong mind. So makuan ako kanang makatabang ang pagiging aware sa imong spiritual self sa imong mental health.
Thank you. It's clear that people have different ways of connecting spirituality. For some, it's through religious practices and faith conditions, while others may find spiritual meaning through personal reflection, time spent in nature, or acts of service and compassion. These diverse approaches show that spirituality is a personal journey that can take many forms. What matters most is the experience brings a sense of peace, purpose, and connection. By honoring these different paths, we gain a deeper appreciation for how spirituality shapes the human experience. Now, let's talk about the link between spirituality and mental health. Study shows that spiritual practices can reduce anxiety, increase resilience, and help us cope with life challenges. When we're spiritually grounded, we tend to experience a deeper sense of hope, inner calm, and meaningful connection to ourselves, others, and the world around us. This grounding provides stability during life challenges and help us stay focused on what truly matters. On the other hand, when we become disconnected from our spiritual self, we might feel adrift, overwhelmed, or unsure of our purpose. This connection can lead to emotional fatigue, confusion, and a lack of direction, making it harder to navigate daily life with clarity and peace. That's why our spiritual self is an important part of mental self care. So, how we can care for our spiritual self?
to fall, but watching you stand alone, all of my doubt suddenly goes away somehow. One step closer. I have died every day waiting for you. Darling, don't be afraid. I have loved you for 1,000 years. I love you for 1,000 more. Time stands still.
You don't need to know all of them. Just find what connects you to your deeper self. Let me share a short story. During finals week, I was overwhelmed. I had a little sleep, lot of pressure, and I felt like I was losing myself. But one night, I paused, I prayed, I wrote in my journal. I reminded myself of my purpose and that I'm more than my grades. That shift helped me calm down, refocus, and get through the week. Sometimes all it takes is a moment of spiritual grounding to reset our mental state. So, what we have learned that the spiritual self is not just about religion. It's about who we are, what we believe in, and what gives our life meaning. When we nurture this part of ourselves, our mental health improves. We feel more peaceful, resilient, and connected, not just unto others, but to ourselves. Mental health is more than just attending therapy sessions or learning coping strategies to manage stress and emotions. While those tools are important, true mental well being also involves living in a way that reflects our core values, beliefs, and a sense of purpose. It making choices that feel authentic and meaningful to us, building relationships that nurture us, and pursuing goals that align with who we are at our core. When our actions and lifestyle resonate with our inner purpose, we experience a deeper sense of fulfillment, resilience, and emotional balance.